months because they are such a great opportunity to just do some resetting and reflecting and start with like a blank slate and just, you know, set some new intentions and give yourself some new chances. So I thought it'd be fun in today's video to do some organizing and planning together. I want to sit and do some April reflections, just see how the month went as a whole, anything I need to work on or maybe, you know, put to bed and leave behind. And then I also want to sit and do my May monthly spreads in my bullet journal. I've been doing some really creative like waterfall tabs and just having so much fun with stickers and different ways to do planning. I mean, life can get so busy and hectic that this is like my little way of just adding a little bit of spunk to it. And so I want to sit and do that. And then I kind of want to organize a few things in this study. I have another drawer that we need to tackle. This is drawer number 2. We did the first one a couple of vlogs ago, and now I'm ready to tackle this one because my stationery and my supplies and pens are kind of getting a little chaotic, so I thought we could organize those. I got some new pens as well that I want to show you in case you're interested, and then just put away some of my washi tape, all these supplies that I've been using to do journaling in my bullet journal. I thought we could get that organized. And then lastly, I thought it would be fun to also put away some of the books that I've been hanging around on my couch and my ottoman. And in my last video, I also talked about the books at the top and the bottom of my shelves that are a little bit crazy. I don't think I'm ready for a huge change, like completely changing my bookshelves. After I sat with it for a while, I saw some of your comments, thank you, on how I could update them. I think I realized that I'm not ready to let go of the rainbow bookshelves just yet, but I do need to clean them up. So we're gonna clean the top and the bottom and then put away some of the books that are scattered in my office. And then lastly, I have some new books that I thought I could show you, which I'm hoping to read in the month of May. I haven't really been setting like TBR lists for every month this year. I've just been kind of going with the flow with what I want to read, but some of these new ones that I got are really exciting, and I think they will make the list for this month. So I want to show you those as well. So I'm excited for today's video, just getting ourselves off on the right foot for the month of May. These monthly reflections every month has been such a big game changer for me because I feel like it really gives me the chance to feel what I need to feel and let go of what I need to let go of, and then just go into a new month with like a fresh mind. And you know, some things don't always get resolved at the end of the month, and so I might be carrying some things with me, but for the most part I feel really good about having this sense of like closure on a specific amount of time before moving on to like new things. And you know, as I'm sitting here flipping through my bullet journal of the month and just looking at what I wrote every single day, you know, it's made the month feel really full. I feel like sometimes for me, I get really strange about like the passing of time. Like if you think back and you think of like months or weeks or years that seem like they just kind of blend together and they just feel like one big chunk of time and you can't really differentiate one week from another week. I feel like sitting down and writing even just 1 or 2 sentences every day has completely changed my mindset on how I look at time like that, because what happens is even on days where maybe it's not the most exciting day, it's just a very regular day, I've been forcing myself to write at least 1 or 2 sentences about something that happened that day. And it doesn't even have to be anything big. I mean, on some of these, it says like, you know, just making dinner with my family, or making like, you know, homemade pizza and having movie night with popcorn with my son. Just writing little things like that has made every single day feel really full, and I can differentiate one day from the other day. Like every single day has something special about it. You just have to kind of look, and you know, special things don't have to always be big things. They can be the tiny little small joys, even like your cup of coffee in the morning or going for a walk or something. I mean, one of these days says, you know, I went on a really beautiful walk and the birds were chirping. And I think just having like that mindset shift for me this month and making sure to write one or two good things about every day has completely, like, I feel like it's even like almost altered my brain chemistry, because now when I wake up in the morning, I want to focus on the positive things, even though, you know, the negatives don't go anywhere. Life is still going to be hectic. Life is still going to give you really tough and sad moments as well. But just changing, kind of approaching the day with the positive first and then getting to something a little bit tougher has really helped me. And I love when I flip through this now that April feels like a really full month, and that every day had at least something that I could write down and appreciate. So that was really great. I would encourage you to do that. You know, if you're struggling with things like the concept of time and the passing of time, or just feeling like maybe you're in a rut or you're stuck in something, just write one or two things down from your everyday, even if it's just like feeling the sun on your skin or something, you know, and just notice what it does to your mindset and how you feel. I think what I'm going to do now is shift gears a little bit while we're in my bullet journal. Let's just go ahead and keep going. I'm a little warm. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to get comfortable, get some water, and then I think what we will do is just dive into creating my May spreads. And this month I want to do like a tea themed. I got this sticker book from Wrong that I showed in a couple videos ago, and I have been waiting to do this sticker book theme. I thought May was the perfect month because May has Mother's Day in it, and usually my husband, who is from England, he puts on like an afternoon tea for me for Mother's Day. Him and my son will make little sandwiches, or we'll go out to an afternoon tea. So I thought it was the perfect month for that theme. So I can't wait to create that for May. So just shifting gears now that we've done our reflections and our planning part of the video, I thought what we could do is get to the organizing. And the first thing I want to do is start with this drawer right here. And I'm going to show you it in its current state, and you're going to be appalled at how much of a disaster this drawer actually is. But this is like my little junk drawer. It's just been acquiring, you know, a lot of junk over the months, and I'm not proud of it. It's just kind of become like a miscellaneous for pens and markers and new things. These are my hard drives for videos. Here are some blue light glasses. This drawer is a complete mess, as you can tell, and it's really hard to get things out of it. It's hard to put things into it. It's become too much of a miscellaneous and too much of a hazard. So what I'm going to do is, I think, take everything, put it on the desk, clean the whole drawer out, and then start from zero. I think most of these pens and markers will put into my acrylic drawers over here, and then everything else we'll see what can fit, because I do want to make some space for washi tape that I have, all those rolls, new rolls that I got from the washi tape shop. I want to see if we can fit them in here, because right now the way I have them, I can't see what rolls I have, and I just have to like kind of go through this box that I've been keeping them in. So I'm hoping that by putting them in this drawer, it'll be a lot easier for me to see what I actually have. So I'm gonna put this on some music and a time roll, because it's gonna be boring to watch me do this. So let's first get everything on the table, and then we'll take it from there. So here is the mess that we are working with. It all needs to find a home somewhere. I'm going to keep some stuff in the drawer, but I also want to put some stuff in these acrylic drawers that I have. Maybe all the markers we can put in there, so that I can have all of my journaling supplies in one place. And while we're on the topic of markers, I also got some new ones recently that I wanted to share with you guys. This is Monami, I think that's how you say it, Monami markers, and I saw this on someone's Instagram. I can't remember her handle now. I wish I did, because she had a really fun page, but I saw her using these and I like instantly had to bolt over and buy them. The reason I like them so much and was intrigued is because, you know, on most dual-sided pens, you have like a brush tip side and then like a pointier side. But with this one, you actually have like two types of pointy ends. Like this one is a little bit thicker, if you can see right there. And then on the other side, there's like a little bit of a thinner side. And this is actually the side that I'm most excited for to do in my journaling, because I don't know, and all of the like kind of fine point markers that I have that are in colors, they just don't write that well, and they're too inky and they bleed. And when she was writing with these, it just seemed like they were so precise and so pointed and fine, but that they weren't that inky and wouldn't bleed. So I'm really excited about that. And they also come in so many colors. So I'm just a sucker for pens and markers. I mean, clearly I don't need any more, but this is one of those little habits of mine that I just don't think are gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna continue to fund the pen companies of the world, because I'm just like obsessed with pens. So I thought these would be really fun to put in the acrylic drawers and get them all organized by color, so then I can start using them a little bit more. I can do a swatch in another video. I'm gonna be making some journaling videos coming up, some how-to videos. I know some of you had asked, and I've really been wanting to do it for a while. So it's going to be kind of like a series. The first journaling video I'm making is really about like how to even journal to begin with. If you're a very beginner level, like what prompts do you use? How do you even just put pen to paper and get going? Because I know for some of us, like me, I could talk for hours and just write a million things, but I know for others, it's not always the easiest thing to get your thoughts and your feelings together and figure out what kind of prompts work for you for what season in life. So I'm going to do that as a very beginner-friendly journaling video, and then the next one will be on some artsy journaling spreads and using stickers and having really fun spreads, but also using prompts with it. So I think pens like this and, you know, all my stationery stuff will be featured in that video. So I'm really excited to show that and have those videos come out. They'll be coming in the next couple of weeks, so look out for that. Okay, let's get this mess organized a little bit, because it's actually making me panic looking at it. So I'm going to start putting it into these drawers, and then whatever else overflow we have, we'll put it in the drawer right here, and then I'll get my washi tapes and we can put those in as well. some extra aluminum trays from my annotation supplies drawer. So I think what I'm gonna do is move these 2 empty ones over there and put the rest of those pens that aren't fitting into my acrylic drawers, and then just get them into that drawer, and then we will move over all of these hard drives and then get the washi tape over. So if you're interested in these, I'll link them down below. They're really great. They're aluminum, and they also have these like no slip bottoms, which make them really great for drawers like this. So yeah, I'll link it down below if you're interested in any of this stuff. Okay, I feel like we are making some progress. So this drawer is looking a little better, and then this one was from before and that's looking better. That third drawer, also a hot mess, but we're gonna have to tackle that in another video. Slowly but surely they are getting there. I'm gonna go grab the washi tapes I have and then try to stick them in this side. So this is the box that they came in, and that's just where I've been keeping them. As you can tell, it's not a great way to be able to find what I need, and I always have to like go digging through it. So I definitely need a better system for being able to see them more easily, and also on my desk, because I was just keeping this box over there in the corner, so every time I would have to like get up and go find some. So I just wanted to relocate them somewhere more organized, but also somewhere closer. So I think what I'm gonna do, I did test it out. They do fit in the drawers kind of long ways like this. So I'm just gonna see how many I can fit in a row, hopefully all of them. Okay, so I have a few more rolls that didn't quite fit in the drawer. So I feel like what I want to do is move these aluminum trays over to my annotation drawer so that all the trays can just kind of be together, and then that way it'll open up some room over here. Because I want to keep all the washies together. I don't want to like split them up, so it doesn't make sense to do that. So let me just take these trays, and then I'm just going to move them over here to this drawer. And we'll just make some room here. Like maybe we'll put this down, move the scissors. And that way at least all the aluminum trays are also together, and we can have like a dedicated drawer for those instead of having split those up as well. I like that. Okay, so then back over here, I can put the rest of the washies. Maybe we will move. I actually grab for my hard drives more than the washi, so maybe the washi can just move over. Let's do that. Okay, I think I like that. I mean, obviously they're all different sizes and things, but a lot better than having them in a box that I had to go across the room for. So this is what this drawer looks like now, and then this is what the annotation supply drawers looks like now. And I actually love having all of that together and then keeping this one separate for washi tapes. And maybe in the future I'll find a better place for like electronic stuff. Maybe that third drawer over there, when we clean it out, that can be for electronics, because I don't love these two things together. But listen, progress, at least from before. This is a success. It's a step in the right direction. I'm sure these drawers will continue to evolve, but for now, I definitely am happier with what we have done. And I love that the drawer even closes and I'm able, my son's artwork,
to close them and have all these things together.
Before we get to rearranging some books and putting some books away, I wanted to show you the 4 new books that I got recently, and I am hoping to read these this month. Like I said, I haven't been really setting a TBR for every single month. I've just been seeing what floats my boat and what kind of mood I'm in, but I think these may make the cut because I'm really excited about these ones. The first one I have is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is her release from last year, but for some reason Emily Henry has been releasing her new books in hardback, which is not very common for romance releases. Usually they just go straight to paperback, but for some reason the last 2 years she's been releasing them in hardback, and it drives me bananas because the first 3 books I have of hers are in paperback and I don't really love when they're mismatched. So I just decided to wait the whole year until the paperback version came out to buy it and read it. I like Emily Henry books, but they're not necessarily books that I'm like dying to read on the day that they release. It's not like, you know, Liz Tomford or one of those kinds of authors where I am like, I have to read it this week that it released. So I was happy to wait for the paperback version. In this book, this is apparently about Harriet and Wynne. They are a couple that have been together since college. Their friends know them as being together, and apparently recently they just broke up, but they haven't broken the news to their friends. And they're supposed to be going on this cabin trip up to Maine, which is something that them and their friends do every single year. It's like a tradition, and they just don't know how to break it to their friends, so they're kind of living a lie while they're there. And apparently while they're there, they're still kind of harboring some feelings for each other. They may, you know, be thinking of rekindling things. It seems like almost like a second chance romance, because it seems like they already broke up and now might be considering still being together. So it sounds like a lot of fun, especially for the spring and summertime based on the picture on the front. And I also love Maine. It's like one of my favorite places on earth, so I'm excited for it to be set in a place like that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really great read for this month. The next book I have is Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun. Very similarly to Emily Henry books, I bought the first 2 in the series in paperback, so I now had to wait the whole year for the paperback version to come out, and this is the 3rd book in the series. The 4th one is coming out soon, and this is the Finlay Donovan is Killing It series. This series is so outlandish, it's so ridiculous. These things would never happen in real life, but it is entertaining. And now that I'm so sucked into the world and these characters, I need to know what happens. In the first one, Finlay Donovan is a writer and she's struggling. She's going through a divorce. She ends up meeting her agent at a Panera Bread, and she's telling her agent about this new story that she wants to write that has to do with like a hitman, and a woman on the table next to them misunderstands and thinks that Finlay is a real hitman in real life. And so she hires a Finlay to, you know, knock her husband off and, you know, give him the boot. And it's just like this whole big misunderstanding. She finds herself in this like really crazy world with like mafia members and the Russians, and it just gets so bizarre. But it is really fun and it is entertaining. So I need to see what happens in the 3rd book, because they all also leave off on a cliffhanger. So it's like so grueling sometimes to wait a whole year for a book to come out, especially when you wait an additional year for the paperback. But I like the first book a lot more than the second book, so I wasn't as interested in jumping into this one. But I think this will be a great little book to take on like a vacation or a holiday, just something to like get your mind off of your real life and dive into something completely ridiculous. And then the next book I have is a surprising one, because I did this whole vlog earlier this year on the Throne of Glass series and Sarah J Maas books and trying to get caught up, and I completely missed The Assassin's Blade. Like, how does that even happen? And you know, I'm a big fan of these books. I'm not like a die-hard fan, and I'm not like, you know, getting tattoos or anything on my body of these books, but I really do enjoy them. And especially this series, I really liked it. So the fact that I completely missed reading this book is completely beyond me, but it is time to rectify that. And the reason I hadn't gotten to it sooner than now is this version is so hard to find now because they're printing the new covers that are around in bookstores. I think they stopped printing this one, and so now, of course, the book community, people are just being ridiculous and selling these for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I somehow got lucky and found this on I think it was on Amazon, but like through a individual third party. So not Amazon distribution, you can't find it just on a regular listing, but it was like somebody was selling it through Amazon, like their personal copy. And it said that it was in pretty good condition, and it is. There's no like markings or anything like that. I wanted this version because all of my other Throne of Glass books are in the old covers, and I just wanted the whole series to be complete with the same artwork and everything. So I am so excited to dive into this world. I'm secretly kind of glad that I missed it, because now I have something else to read about Celaena. And you know, I was really sad when that series ended with Kingdom of Ash, so this gives me like another little bonus content to read about these characters in this world. So I'm excited about doing that pretty soon. And then the last book I have here is a nonfiction book. I do from time to time like to read nonfiction books, and I actually have like a list of the ones that I really have enjoyed and that have actually like moved my life forward in some way. I know nonfiction can be kind of a tricky category because sometimes it can come off as just like fluff and la-di-da and just, you know, generic type of advice, but I do have a list of nonfiction that I really do like and that I think I do use in my daily life. Let me know if that's like a video you'd be interested in seeing. I don't really talk about a lot of nonfiction content on this channel, but I do enjoy them. So if that's something you'd like to see, my recommendations, then let me know. But this one is called Attached. This is by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. And this story is all about attachment styles and how attachment styles play a part in our romantic relationships. Of course, attachment styles are, you know, present in all of our relationships and how we attach to our parents or our children or our family members or friends. But this one is specifically focused on romantic relationships and, you know, what your attachment style says about the type of person that you are in a relationship, the type of conflict you have, the type of anxiety you might encounter, just all the things about the inner workings of how your brain works in getting attached to somebody else and why that leads to you maybe being secure or insecure in that relationship, or why, you know, some relationships feel better than others, why you may feel more like yourself, all the things. And I have been married now for almost 11 years. We're going to be celebrating our anniversary this month, and I love my husband, he's amazing, but you know, you put any two human beings together and of course there's going to be conflict. Of course there are things that you're not always going to see eye to eye on, so I'm always looking for ways that we can improve our relationship and just make it that much better. And I feel like the more that you know about yourself and all of your inner workings, the better that you can approach life and the world and people in your world and just be able to conquer it differently and just understand on a deeper level in order to make better decisions and elevate your life and keep it going and move it forward. So I'm really excited about getting into this one. This one has sold millions of copies all over the world and people have said really great things about it. So I can't wait to dive into this one as well. Okay, so I am conscious of not making this video super long, and I think what I'm going to do is get these on my shelves and then maybe the ones at the top as well. I'm not going to walk you through that or show any details of that. I'll just put it like on a time roll, and I think what I'll do is make a dedicated video to reorganize these and getting these in better shape. I know I love watching that kind of content. I know a lot of you do as well. So I'll just make a separate video on completely reorganizing these bookshelves and giving them like a revamp, so look out for that soon. But for now, I'm just gonna get some of these onto my shelves. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have an amazing month of May. I'm gonna manifest that energy for all of us. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.